Today I wanted to show off my Chow Yun-Fat collection of movies. I have some VHS, VCDs, Blu-rays, DVDs, and even a laser disc. So I'll start with the VHS tapes. I also have this awesome hard-boiled poster right here that I got from Germany, and it's one of the better pieces of artwork for the movie. I have, starting off with VHS, I have Peace Hotel, which is actually in my VHS player now. I'm about halfway through it. So far, so good. So this I got from eBay. It's a Tai Sang release. So it's burn-in subtitles, obviously. And I know there's a Blu-ray of this on that you can get from Hong Kong. But that's Peace Hotel. So right now, that's what I have for that movie. I have a VHS copy of A Better Tomorrow 3. Love and Death in Saigon. This is the third installment, which serves as a prequel to the first movie. And it's pretty good. It's pretty underrated. It's Troy Hark directed. John Woo did produce. But I think it's underrated. I really like it. Stars Chow Yun-Fat, Anita Mui, and Tony Leung Kai-Fai. And they all do a great job. Sek-Hin is also in this, who played Han in Enter the Dragon. And I just watched this last night, actually, and it's a pretty good third installment. It serves as a prequel. That would be A Better Tomorrow 3. That's the Tai Sang VHS. I also have a Republic Pictures release of A Better Tomorrow. Very cool film series. If I had to pick a favorite, I might pick the second, and then it'd be a draw between 1 and 3. But I really like A Better Tomorrow 2. I have a library copy of Anna and the King that I've had for a while, and I got to see this movie. We rented it when it came out, and I was a kid, so I wasn't quite as into it. Now I'm more into it as an adult. I don't mind it, and it's one that you really don't hear too much about, and most people don't bring this movie up at all. But Anna and the King. And those were the VHS tapes, my Chow Yun-Fat VHS collection. I guess I'll go with VCDs next. And I recently picked this up. Rather hard to find, actually. I got it on eBay. That's the VCD collection of The Bund, which is a very popular show that was out in Hong Kong in early 80s. And it's very was very successful from what I hear, and I've seen a lot of photos and videos from this being on TV, or talking about it, or talking about the popularity of it and the theme. And I know Andy Lau made a movie called Shanghai Bund, and that's from what I understand either a retelling, or maybe it's not a retelling, but it also has Andy Lau singing a theme, which is, I think, a re-recording of a song titled The Bund from the show. So I was very excited to get this. I was trying to get through some of the movies, and then so that I could start watching this without having to break my watching. Just kind of watch it all the way through. It comes in this sort of photo album type of thing, which is really cool. And I know Chow Yun-Fat was in several series for TVB. This is a TVB series. And it's the one that I've heard the most about, and there's some other ones that I haven't really heard about. Basically another photo album. So I really like the packaging for this too, and I just wish these things were more available than they are these days. They're rather hard to find unless you find them on eBay, but I'm assuming back in early 2000s even, this was kind of a very accessible and certain import markets and things that sold media and films and music. So I'm looking forward to this. I still haven't dived into it yet, but I will get to it. That's the bund. And so going on through with the VCDs, I have All About Along, which I watched for the first time last year, and I like it, but there's some things I don't like about it. But it always does better usually on your feelings towards something do better usually on the second viewing or going forward from there. But it's kind of a sad movie when you think of it, but it's definitely worth watching. I mean, if you're a Chow Yun-Fat fan, giving any of these a shot is worth at least one watch. So you can make up your mind when you watch them. But I think it's a pretty okay movie. I misplaced one of my VCDs. I have City on Fire. I'm not sure where I had it, but it's not in the mix, I just noticed. But I do have a VCD of Wild Search, which Eureka recently put out, starring Chow Yun-Fat and Cherry Chung. Yeah, I really like this movie. And the Haya channel, for people who know what that is, it's Asian cinema, sort of martial arts channel that's free. I get it through my TV, and I know it broadcasts through Tubi because I have Tubi as well, and it kind of connects with that. But that's Wild Search. Tubi plays it on the Haya channel. So, and it's definitely worth a watch. Any of these movies are pretty much worth a watch, but that's another good one. And I have a VCD of Prison on Fire 2. VCDs were a pretty cool format, not in the best quality. They were pretty much a digital version of a VHS print, but they sufficed for a while with what they were able to do, and still there are many movies that yet have not had another disc print other than a VCD. So they're still very, very important in some cases. But this is Prison on Fire. Good movie. Prison on Fire 1 and 2, kind of hard to watch. The brutality of it. It's about the prison life with corrupt guards and corrupt people. Triads, the Inside Story VCD. Another one, I haven't watched that yet a second time, but I did like it the first time. So another one of the this era of late 80s, early 90s Chow Yun-Fat. He was in so many movies. A lot of these fall into that, and sometimes go undernoticed, but I have one American film of his on VCD, and that is The Corruptor, with this slipcase, Chinese VCD with a slipcase. So basically the case and the slipcase are the same, but that's cool. I really like this movie. It's one of his better American films, and I think it was a cool movie. So I know that a lot of people don't seem to like it as much, but that's The Corruptor. I really like it. And my last VCD that I, aside from City on Fire, which I misplaced, but the last one I can show right now is Tiger on Beat. Kind of a rare one to find. Hopefully these two movies, Tiger on Beat 1 and 2, get a release from 88 Films or Eureka, because these are two really good kind of action comedies in a sense. There's a lot of comedy in this, but a lot of these disc trays are, the pegs are cracking off. This is cheaper called plastic, but Tiger on Beat, pretty good movie. There's good action at the end, and Tiger on Beat 2, a great sequel. It doesn't have Chow Yun-Fat, but it's definitely worth watching. If you watch the first, watch the second. Both good movies. And so it's the only downside to these older disc trays. They kind of a cheaper plastic on the inside, but Tiger on Beat and Tiger on Beat 2, which I was lucky enough to find for $20 free shipping. It was still sealed. I found it last year, and I watched them back to back. Stars Danny Lee, and Conan Lee comes back from the first. He co-stars in the first with Chow Yun-Fat. This one came out in 1990. I think the other was 1989 or 1990 maybe. And this is the Universe Laser DVD. Since I showed the first, I might as well show this one. So that's Tiger on Beat 2. One of my favorite Chow Yun-Fat movies, Hong Kong 1941. I really like this. I know there's a Hong Kong Blu-ray of it, but I don't have it. I would like to get it, and I don't think it has many features. This DVD has a few interviews and promotional stuff, so in the original trailer, but it doesn't have too many features. I would like for Eureka or 88 to put this one out as well, because it's a pretty good movie. It's a very good drama about I guess the Japanese occupation in 1941. So it's one of my first DVDs from this Fox Fortune Star line back in 2003, 2004. That was a good time for a lot of these. We were getting a lot. That's how I discovered a lot of these. And here's the Hong Kong DVD of that. Hong Kong 1941, Universe Laser. This movie turns 40 this year. 1984 is when it come out. And another main blank disc, or clear disc. That's Hong Kong 1941. Great movie. That's well, I'll get to the rest of the DVDs. So I'll start off with one I got when my 13th birthday. I got this. It was a new movie at the time, and I was super excited. Now I I think this could have been much better, but it's kind of special to me for the year that there's a lot of special memories wrapped around this, despite the movie not being what it could have been for Chow Yun-Fat. You also have a cameo from, well, not a cameo, but a small supporting role from Mako. So that was also nice. He plays the owner of the theater, showing the old Chinese films, and there's some Golden Harvest films, and there's posters in the background, and the one scene, it's really cool. It's probably one of the best parts of the movie, seeing that theater and having Mako on screen. But that's Bulletproof Monk. So I go way back with this one. This is the original release. And they did a little callback to The Killer or any of the John Woo era Chow Yun-Fat films with this dual-wielding 2 pistols, 2 Desert Eagles, which he fires 2 rounds out of. Because he's a monk, he doesn't kill. So I have Let the Bullets Fly. Pretty decent movie. This goes from like comedy to serious in parts, but from Walgo USA, this came out quite a few years ago. But yeah, good movie. Let the Bullets Fly. One of my favorite movies of Chow Yun-Fat's, The Replacement Killers. Now, this is the extended edition, which has like the extended scenes, basically, or deleted scenes put back in. And as a kid, we had this on VHS, and I watched it so many times that when I got this, I could pinpoint every second of a cut that was added in. And today it still stands out as, you know, I can tell what's what and what wasn't originally in there. I got this for my 16th birthday, I think. It'd be nice to get this on like a new updated Blu-ray with maybe a couple new features. I really like it. That's The Replacement Killers, and since I was showing that off, I might as well show the Laserdisc off of The Replacement Killers. I like this artwork. I like the other two, but this is the original artwork, and this is the one I remember from being a kid. I have a Laserdisc player. I use it regularly, so I can play this. And there's just something special about Laserdisc. They just look, it's cool. It's like a record, but in a way, sometimes cooler. So anybody owns a record, but only Laserdisc fans own Laserdiscs. It's just how it is. But it was a cool format. It lasted for 20 years or so, but that's The Replacement Killers, and I have 2 DVDs of Better Tomorrow 2. This is the kind of like the poster art for the VHS tape that I showed. So that's the insert. That's pretty cool. It's just a thick like cardstock. So Better Tomorrow 2. Cool cardstock again. This is like, I think the Japanese poster. One of the releases for Japan had that image of him. These both have an English dub, and they have the trailer. And these are Anchor Bay DVDs, which is cool. So, Better Tomorrow 1 and 2. Full Contact. Pretty cool action film by Ringo Lam, co-starring Anthony Wong and Simon Yam. This one definitely needs, I could see Eureka putting this one out. Pretty cool. Alan Tam has a cool song in there. So definitely, and it's a cool look for Chow Yun-Fat. Definitely a good action film. Since I almost forgot, I have these. I have the super bit version of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Generic looking cover, but this is a little pamphlet about super bit. It was supposed to be better sound or something, better quality. I like this though. It'd be cool to have a very like a big poster of that. So I bet this would look good on Blu-ray. I have this version to have the movie. I've had it for years, and I wasn't always as big on this movie, but I could get it on Blu-ray and maybe start watching it a little more than I do, because I think a lot of it is because of how popular this one gets all the attention, that sometimes that turns me off, but still a good movie. I mean, everyone knows about it, and obviously that's for good reason, because of the quality of the film and how it was made and everything about it. So that's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I also have The Postman Fights Back. This is an old rental DVD from Fox when they were doing the Fortune Star catalog. I love this movie. Chow Yun-Fat is just one of the many characters in here. You have Beardy, Lone Car Yan. You have Ronnie Yu directing this. You also have Cherry Chung again in a smaller role. So I also have 88 Films Blu-ray version of it. It's region A and B, so it's very accessible. I like that original art. Comes with a fold-out poster and then reversible art with the artwork from the slipcover. And this has a crap load of features. So it's The Postman Fights Back. Pretty good one. I'm glad we got that from 88 Films. I kind of scrambled the way I was doing this, kind of mixing in discs with other discs, but DVDs and Blu-rays. But I also have Gaudy Gamblers 2, Gaudy Gamblers Return. So it's a Maya DVD. Pretty good movie. There's only about one or two things I would change about this, but like in the background, you can see the Peace Hotel poster, Treasure Hunt, Hard Boiled, Full Contact, and then some other things back here, Shaolin Temple. So yeah, it's nice to have this one, because this one was kind of hard to come by, and so far it's not on Blu-ray. Maybe in France, I heard they released all the Gaudy Gamblers, but This is Gaudy Gamblers 2, Return. And so, with that, I also have a Hong Kong Blu-ray of Gaudy Gamblers. I don't have the 88 films yet. Because I already had it, I put my money toward another release at some point. Several other releases, including Postman Fights Back. But I felt like that one was a little less favorable, and I like it a little more. So I got that one first, and I've purchased other things instead. So I should pick that one up, but maybe they'll do a box set in due time, or release the others, and then I can get them all. So, yep, Gaudy Gamblers, great movie, very popular for the gambling genre. One of the first ones to kick off the gambling genre in Hong Kong. So I'll show the last couple DVDs here. Well, I have The Killer from Hong Kong Legends. Has a reversible art. I don't like that one as much. It looks kind of stretched. The image on there looks stretched or really narrow. I don't know why, but I like this one a little more. This is the UK DVD from Hong Kong Legends. So, and Hong Kong Legends was good. They had a lot of features, commentaries, deleted scenes. So, that's The Killer. And then the equivalent of Hong Kong Legends in the UK was Dragon Dynasty here in the US. So I have the 2-disc edition of Dragon Dynasty's version of The Killer. This is one of the few Dragon Dynasties that got a Blu-ray release before they went defunct. So, another John Woo masterpiece on top of one of the best of all time, Hard Boiled. All the stickers on the front, promo stickers, but here's the Dragon Dynasty version with an ad for Stranglehold, the video game of John Woo's Stranglehold. Basically, Chow Yun-Fat character in the video game, pretty much like The Killer and Hard Boiled meets Xbox or PlayStation 3 or whatever it came out on. I never played it, unfortunately, but little Dragon Dynasty ad. Expires in 2007. So, Tony Leung. Hard Boiled, great movie. Great action movie. It's non-stop action. And I also have the Hong Kong Rescue version of Hard Boiled, which I think basically with features is about the same as Hong Kong Legends and Dragon Dynasty combined, plus the Criterion commentary. I think that was exclusive to the Criterion release back in the day, but that's the Hong Kong Rescue Hard Boiled. And I also have, with no case, but I do have The Killer. So that's the Hong Kong Rescue disc of The Killer. I have Rich and Famous. So the Hong Kong Blu-ray of this. Andy Lau, Chow Yun-Fat, Alex Mann, and a bunch of others. Pretty good movie. I like the sequel more, Black Vengeance, also known as Tragic Hero. But this is more the action film, so I favor it a little more. Hong Kong cinema has a way with its action films. Just been very entertaining. My cup of tea. I like how they put the Black Vengeance title on here because you don't really see it. I used to hear about it as that, but it's kind of rewritten as Tragic Hero. So when you put the movie in, the movie itself says Tragic Hero, but I think the case in the menu say Black Vengeance. So yeah. And I also got the Eureka set, a double feature of both. So definitely recommend. It's a good double feature. Second one's more entertaining if you like action. So I have The Seventh Curse, which Chow Yun-Fat's in, but he comes and goes. Pretty much the same. I guess that has reversible art, but yeah, it's the best part of the movie would be featuring Chow Yun-Fat, and it's toward the end of the film. Best part of the movie. That's The Seventh Curse. Very violent horror type of gory practical effects. There's some blood and stuff and some, you know, creature-y stuff in there. So I get to the few Blu-rays I have, and I'll start with The Corruptor. I had the VCD but it's a Blu-ray. Came out, I think, 2014 or something, maybe, on Blu-ray. It took a little bit for this one to get here. So, 2015. Good Chow Yun-Fat American film. I would say Replacement Killers is my favorite, then The Corruptor. And then it would kind of be, I'd have to think about it after that. Once a Thief, awesome movie. Chow Yun-Fat once again teaming up with John Woo. You have Leslie Chung, Cherry Chung again. She's in this. She's in Wild Search. She's in Postman Fights Back. I think she's in a couple others too, with Chow Yun-Fat. So this is the Nova Media Korean Blu-ray version. And it's one of my favorites. It's a comedy, but it's got like great action. And you have a great cast. Kenneth Sang is also in this. So very good picture quality. It's a John Woo film, and those movies are kind of up in limbo, I think, for remasters. But I would really like to see this one. So get another release. And now there had to be this is either a really good upscale or it's a remaster. So if it's a remaster, why can't that be? This is relatively recent of a release, so why can't you get a remaster going on it? Where's the you know, the print that they used? I wonder. I don't know how that all works. I haven't watched this yet. It's still sealed. The Occupant. Early 80s thriller horror is what it looks like, I think. And Chow Yun-Fat, Salier. So she's also in The Killer. So Better Tomorrow 3. Again, the Blu-ray version from Cameron Ronson, the Hong Kong company. Great film. Nita Mui. She's one of her big songs is in the film, and it works so well. That's a great action movie. I really like it. It's a Better Tomorrow 3. And last but not least, Prison on Fire 1 and 2 that I just got recently from Hong Kong. Tony Leung Ka-fai co-stars in this one with Chow Yun-Fat. The brutality system, the prison system is a brutal thing in these films. And this is both Ringo Lam films. So if you like prison films or any of the cast members, you can watch it just for them. Get through it, because some of it's mean people doing mean things, and it makes it a little hard to watch, but it's not ultra violent, but it's not, it kind of gets under your skin a little bit, the way they are treated. But that's my Chow Yun-Fat collection. I'm currently looking at trying to get he did 2 records as well, 2 albums, and if those ever come down in price, because those are relatively expensive, I'm gonna try to get those and continue on the Hong Kong Blu-ray route until further notice, till some of these get announced or get released from the boutique labels. I know one of the movies I was forgetting about is called A Summer's Tale with Chow Yun-Fat and Cherry Chung, and that's coming out from 88 Films, I think, in August. It was just recently announced, so that's cool. Because again, that's a Hong Kong Blu-ray that's kind of hard to find too, so it's more available now. So right now, that's the current list. That's my collection of Chow Yun-Fat movies. One of my favorite actors, he and I, we kind of share a birthday. I always think of it as my birthday is happening while his birthday in Hong Kong is happening. We share a birthday, I always say, for 12 hours at least. And even at that, I can just celebrate mine and his back to back as one. Do things I want, for my birthday, which usually is watching Chow Yun-Fat going into his birthday, but kind of like in my mind, it's a shared birthday. But that's my Chow Yun-Fat collection, one of my favorites. And thank you for watching.